Hey guys, I'm going to do a really short video about how to whip and how to scrap on Monster Energy Supercross video game 3. This is the last version of the game. It came out about a month ago. So there are two different techniques to do this. The first one is the old one. I'm going to do it right now. This is the technique that you know from the previous games. That's not it. From the previous games, the MES GPs and the Monster Energy Supercross games. So you have to move both joysticks to the same to the inside, or both joysticks to the outside. So it's not to the same side. It's you have to move them to the inside of the controller or to the outside of the controller, both at the same time. When you do it, will make you make a scrap or a whip. So that's the first technique. There is a big problem of this technique. It's pretty easy to do, nothing complicated. How you come back from the whip is you used to have to move the joysticks to the opposite direction. Now they changed that. Now the only thing you need to do is you need to move the joystick on the left joystick. You need to move it on the opposite direction of the whip or the scrap. So if you move both to the outside, you're going to whip to the left. If you move them both to the inside, you're going to whip to the right. So if you move them to the outside and you whip to the left, then you have to move the left joystick to the right. It sounds really complicated, but it's not. So that's how you whip or scrap with the old technique. As I said, when you move the joysticks, will make you, if you move them a little bit before jumping, then you will scrap. If you move after jumping, then you will do just a whip. You won't change the trajectory of the jump. You're not going to jump lower. But if you move them before, then you're going to jump a little bit lower, and then you can gain some time. I'll show you now. So this will be our whip, and this will be a scrap. So if you want to scrap, what I recommend you to do is you have to approach the ramp a little bit to the other direction. So when you do it, you will land straight like that. What's the problem of this technique? Well, when you land, there are a few meters, there's a fraction of a second where the the bike goes straight. So it looks like the rider is like a little bit to the side, and he doesn't I don't know, he's like I'm not sure what's wrong, but it's like he's trying to get back on top of the bike, something like that. I don't know, but anyway, you cannot move right away when you land. So if you are jumping a triple and you wanna take the corner from the inside, that's going to be really hard to do. Also, if you wanna avoid crashing with someone, then if you scrap or whip with this technique, that's going to make it harder, because you're going to land and you won't be able to move as fast. The other technique, that's the new technique of this game. That's what we have been asking for. Free the whip is a technique that is a little bit more complicated, and it requires a little bit more practice, but it gives you a lot more freedom on how to whip. So for example, now if you move both joysticks to the same side, to the left or the right, he's going to do a whip to that side. So if you move the joysticks also either to the front or to the back, then that will change your whip. Of course, the same thing when you do it, when you move the joysticks, is going to also impact how you do the whip. But and if you do a scrap, you need to do it probably just before you hit the ramp. But the thing about this new technique is that as I said, it gives you a lot more freedom. And that's something that we will really want to see on this game. So also the other good thing about this new technique is that as soon as you land, you can brake, you can turn, you can do whatever you want. So unless you didn't go back from the whip correctly, then you can do whatever you want as soon as you land, like that. So that's pretty much it. As I said, you need a little bit of practice. What I recommend you to do is to start doing the old technique, especially for the scraps. It's really hard to scrap with the new technique, and if you want to whip, then you can use the new technique and try to learn how to do it correctly, and then you will probably be able to scrap with the new technique too. As a bonus of this video, I want you to show you this ramp. I don't know if you have seen it. You can even brake and stand on that part there on the air. Also, what the other thing that you could do, I don't know if you have seen that, is it's good if when you're driving on the first person view, you can change your tear-offs, take a tear-off off. If you press the tab on your controller, the central tab, then the rider will change a tear-off. Will take the tear-off off. Let's show you how it looks when you can do it also when you are not jumping, of course. Let me show you how it looks from the third person view. It's kind of cool, nothing special, but you can even do it when you whip. So that's it. I hope it helps, and see ya.